Test. Sorry. My throat doesn't feel very comfortable today, but I should be able to stream. Yeah. I don't really talk that much anyway, so. But you can probably hear that my voice is kind of dead today. Here is my first stream already. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What does the L stand for?
Finn, my maiden name.
Gave us
Nothing,
away.
honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Oh, really?
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Oh. Okay.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should
Might
let
be
you
the
know
first
that
one.
he's recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full
What do I ask?
cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You might be the only cooperative person that I've met so far. What can you
Quite
tell
a
me
few
about the
things,
lynching?
I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Oh,
For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
I don't even remember the name.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Yeah, well,
I
amnesia.
see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Okay.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
Encephalopathic?
I do believe you, naive as that may sound.
Who talks
I
like
simply
that?
can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Oh.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Suggestion medium 11. What if I increase my suggestion? Charm men and women. Only 1 point. Also, it's a red check. Cannot be retried. Maybe if I level up more. No, I'll try 42.
Feelings will
Fuck.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible. Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
Okay.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail.
Oh, it's snowing. I didn't notice. Morale low.
Officer,
Okay. Don't remember anything except this lynching.
you know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
You're doing it.
Maybe I
Despite
should
your
have leveled
earnest
up.
Efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible. The Union
what?
is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it. Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Okay.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it
Honestly,
would go?
I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Huh?
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
Could just, find my badge.
That would be fantastic, but...
I have no idea what it is, though.
The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Months? What do you propose?
If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Aces low. For the
What
rest
do I
of the
get?
world,
Plus
the
2
aces
empathy,
low
plus
is
1
just some
esprit de
cool
corps.
religious thing. Politically.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me about the drug
It's quite straightforward.
trafficking.
Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Lorries?
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
So do I go
Her
now?
eyes are light green, like the river Esperance.
Also, it's 5 p.m. in game.
Upstream, where it's
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
Okay. Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier?
On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
What proof do you have that the Union is
How do you
involved?
think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yes?
Oh wait, what? Okay. I guess we investigate.
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any... Until you come
Oops.
up with something at that intersection. I'm afraid I have...
She simply nods.
Can you tell me about this
Everything.
strike?
Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First,
She
you'd
cannot
have to
tell
repeal
me.
the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the coalition. Unfortunately...
Okay, I guess I need to
But
investigate the
I am
case first.
derailing her. I hope I can be of help.
Oh, you seem rich. Can I have
It's
some
what you
money?
want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Why?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
Nice
Why,
fabrics.
yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf. A breeze carries with it the faint scent of juniper and oranges, while dull orange pearls hang from her
What's with
earlobes,
this
red
description?
from the cold. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor as balls. You can't ask this person for
What?
money. You're too...
Shame. I'm not ashamed.
Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes.
As I
I
was
am
saying,
not.
if there's any way... I may assist,
Okay,
of
that's all for
course,
now.
Detective.
I'm going to the strike then. Or I'm going to the traffic jam. Wait, where are the cars? I need a map now that I think about it. So there is a map section here. Acquire a copy of the city map. No idea where. Is this the traffic jam? I don't think it is. So, jam mystery. Interrogate the drivers. Using terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients. Wait, is this the jam? And there is just a strike, right? But this guy is big.
Bastards! We have a right to work.
I don't think that is the correct place. Maybe down there? Nope. Tracks leading onto the roof. Maybe he is one of the drivers.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley.
I know.
The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. You're very cool. Bang, bang.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
Whip them out.
Don't shoot, officer. Have we got an arrest here or just a shakedown? Good one, officer. You're a funny guy. Now, what can I do for you?
Okay.
Then fire away, officer.
What? Finger pistol? What is that? Problems. -2 to whatever that is. Internalize. Unlock a new slot to research the thought. What do I unlock? I need to level up, I think.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Where'd you get those comfy pants?
I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers.
Probably stolen, right?
Manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Is there a discount?
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off.
It sounds like a scam.
Note, did he first mark them up 100%, just so that he could put them on
Yep.
sale?
Classic.
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up? Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom. That's right. Revachol is the best place for an independent self-employer like myself. Anything for you.
Persuade him to give you some money. 42%.
No need to dress this
Failure
way.
again?
Oh, okay. But why, officer? Ah, yes. Money is very important.
The only thing that
Are you
came to my
trying
mind.
ask for a bribe? If so, you're not doing a very good job.
Sorry, detective.
Where are you from?
It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. Oh,
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
Okay, sounds good.
very cool.
He's not useful. So I need to figure out where the drivers are. Hmm?
Yes?
And no. I think I'll just talk to the strikers. Don't know what else I can do.
Welcome to
Oh, he's a driver. Racist driver. Hey, why are you... Okay, no.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
What do I say? Point your finger pistols. All learn something here.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going
The
on?
strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe.
2 months?
But this here is just the last week or so.
Oh, okay.
Apples.
It's been going on for months in other places.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, Koiko-picked apples.
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Found this mug in the trash.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't got that. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What was that argument all about?
It's about Biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Not sheep, ostriches. Actually, neither ostriches or sheep bury their heads in the sand. It's just a saying.
Wait. I think ostriches do, right?
Whatever, go back to your college class, Pino.
Okay, I get it.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
Damn.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design.
Yeah.
Naturally.
It's going all white supremacist here.
Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Okay, what else have you thought up?
Lately, we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory?
What is
What
this,
is
civilization?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Mhm.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race
Brace.
with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Okay, and rather talk
Go
about
right
something
ahead.
else.
You may be a cop, but that won't help you avoid the calamity to come.
Lieutenant Kitsuraga's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense something there. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
You said something about the rights and privileges
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
they're a
lorryman.
big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. Had a royal
Wait, what's a
license.
carter?
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
That's a privilege?
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
So you're in a Carter's Guild.
Goddamn right. They've been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit. But when they try to replace us, they'll regret it. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words.
Hey, you're a
Generations of
lorryman, right?
practice and no
What's your
laughing
stance
back
on
drugs.
drugs?
They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Okay. So it's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets,
He
right?
eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then,
I don't know shit. And if I
What?
did,
He
I
knows.
wouldn't tell you.
He knows shit.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kids
This guy knows shit.
sneaking on at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
there was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Oh, do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling
Genetics.
Rags when some kip boys, smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the whirling in rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
How do you know it was Kips who broke
What?
into the lorry?
Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kids who do all the stealing around here? That's not rotor science, man.
Hey, who's running drugs through Terminal
Isn't
B?
it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran.
Sealing?
He's literally
Oh, the guy I
fucking
talked to
like a
earlier.
Scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs
This-
as well.
Street vendor?
Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, alright?
More racism.
100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang
Okay.
himself has to say.
I guess we talk to him again.
Guess so.
Okay, let's go to Sealing. Should quick save more often. I keep forgetting. Oh no, he's not here.
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy.
Ah.
Save the economy.
Mm,
That sounds off.
can I take stuff from here?
Everything's still
So, what's
cool
your
here,
stance on
officer.
drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course.
Hmm.
In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
Very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or under the speaker.
We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs though.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But, I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
okay. Maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life.
Yeah,
It's
he's
in the
a
rearview mirror now.
he's
I'm
lying.
climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
My source tells me you're the one transporting drugs. I mean, what do you know about the drug operation?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
You know who they are, right?
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table.
Uh,
Zoom in on it.
We're buddies. Ceiling, help us out.
It's a she, okay? The
It's a
other
she?
drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
These other drivers who talk. Wait. Is the lady driver the old woman back there?
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her.
He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly
Okay.
is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them.
All
Even
of
the
them.
ones who. All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with
Persuade him
funky
to give you
sunglasses.
some money again.
Both of you. You deserve it.
Start with a
Nice.
little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
after all this mess.
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
Investing to me not telling your employer about your operation here.
Ha! That! You drive a hard bargain, officer. I respect that.
10?
Sounds like a fair
10
deal
real,
all
nice.
around.
Corruption.
Okay. I guess wait, so does that mean that he doesn't like me because I bribed the guy? Okay, let's go talk to the woman first. Or maybe back to the racist guy? Or is he a driver? No,
A
he's
simple
not.
little cadence. He seems to be making.
What's going on here?
my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other byproducts of the modern era.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight, no explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here.
Probably
Machine
1
is
week,
an
right?
antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here.
I don't want to talk about that.
What? So he knows. Why, do you know something?
Man, I was hoping she'd catch a break. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some mastermind evildoer. And I don't know where she is.
What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver.
Again, not a lie as far as you can tell.
Who is
A
she to
friend.
you?
An acquaintance. I don't know. She was
And
the
what
only
does she
per-
look
a
like?
youngish woman.
Young?
Rough, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Died. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to. Please just let it go.
Wait, what about the
Whatever she
woman
did,
that reported the
can't be
body?
that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you. I
Really
just
is.
can't, man. I'm not naive.
He said she troubled.
She's got
How?
the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
It's not snitch. Not
It's
snitching, right?
snitching, man. I know what it is.
I was told everyone's afraid of her.
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. The way
Mind?
it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
Leave her lorry behind.
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one.
The
grey-haired
raceman?
woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances, and he's okay with others ratting her out.
So, he's a suspect and so you're right with others ratting her out. You just don't want your hands
Fine.
dirty.
I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you?
What?
Because she's on the edge, man.
There's a suspect and I need you to tell me where she is.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Where is the
Here.
lady driver? Oh, keyring.
The keys to a motor lorry. Pretty complex. Looks like a chain lock.
Her lorry's still here, down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
Lorry is,
When
where
did
is the
she leave?
statue?
Last Friday.
Anything else?
No, I don't know.
Why did you have
She
the
left
keys?
them to me because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise,
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside.
I'm sorry I had
I
to
bet
do
you
this.
nah. I need to think my own thoughts now.
Well, we have the keys. So is this the statue? Or is the statue the one back here? Philippe. I remember there being a statue around here. Is this the statue? No, it's not this. Probably the one on the right. Near the monument. There is the monument, right? And there is the lorry.
This screen found A to Z.
This is the one our men pointed to.
Lock the door.
Push the key into the lock and turn. The
Open.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Peel off the cover.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined.
Oh, do I get a map now? Fold open the topmost map.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the massive brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to Couron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river,
Okay.
and then to
Fold open the
Stellamari.
second
This
map.
municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district.
Third
The
map.
final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Besmerti?
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, with cool names like La Puta Madre and
La
Aura
puta
Masa.
madre.
It's a dark parody.
Why do you think? No, who do you think
It's
is behind
definitely
this?
Not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
I return a
Best
stack
not
of
to disturb the
papers.
scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable.
Are the
These
posters?
are one
I
of
just
them
was-
particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette.
What's
Wafting
the
through the
smell?
the remnants of a sweet juniper. The actress is draped. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death. She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River. Not far from here, on Boogie Street, the actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye.
Pull
A
out.
radio transmitter
pull out
as a metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UK.
Okay, put it back.
Toolbox slides back into its
Check the
neck. You wedge
pedals.
yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look.
Hammer,
Seems like
pliers,
the few
rusty
tools
wrench.
lying around it, but one
Do I take
odd
them?
detail does catch
Oh, I
your
cannot.
eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
We'll also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes.
One of the footprints. Oh yeah, one of the footprints, and there was
Which
was
means
female
that the missing
footprints,
lady
right?
driver was present at the lynching.
Interesting. He's also the one running the drug trade.
We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go.
Okay.
The movie stars are still
Spamming
smart.
the
Looks like
radio.
the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without.
Is there anything we
blending
can
them
do with the
together.
radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation.
A 20-kilometer radius at least. The ghostly actresses and enclose the rusty old lorry.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Wait. Let's talk.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed. Or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Evrard Claire would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly.
In short, this is a future angle. Possibly a good one.
What about the movie
As
posters?
elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade. Yes, well,
Will the RCM open an investigation
we
into
should
this?
return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't.
Well, corruption.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, the brief
Debrief
over. Okay, let's go to the woman. It's almost 7 p.m. in game, so I think I need to be quick. I don't know when the day ends. To save.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Pollution. Spoke with the lorry man.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect.
What?
What have you discovered?
New skill point. Can I unlock one of these now? Can. Should die. From items -2. Wait, gives me -2 in that. What's the point? Finger pistols. Common solution. Well, I'm gonna unlock it. I don't need that stat anyway. For now. Where are these eyes located?
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the entire quarter.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Momentary lapse of
They were
faith?
dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. Every worker a member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric and not a serious demand, but the stridency of it seems to have spooked them. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons,
Ceramic
and years
armor?
of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how
Wait,
to
is it
conduct
the armor
themselves in an
that
urban
person
civilian
has?
environment.
So, what happened?
The
Not
story
right.
is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He
Oh.
was taken out behind the whirling in rags.
Oh,
and
so
lynched
he was one
last
of them.
Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
Hmm.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union
Oof.
militants.
Damn, you've made a
It
mess.
was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenell indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
What, the bees start shaking
The
to kill
Sedai's
it?
giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees
A
in
what?
less than 4 hours.
20,000 30? Wait, what? Okay. 20,000. That's 666 bees per hornet.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Okay.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about
Not
Crenell?
much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facility.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors. Supramundi.
Okay,
Yet
anything
sadly,
else?
no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
He said this deceased assaulted a
Or he
woman.
didn't.
Oh,
This
he
is
didn't?
information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal.
Oh,
I cannot testify by it.
who did the passing on
The
then?
remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining...
Might be the driver, might
colleagues
be
believe.
just some random woman, I guess. Maybe the one who reported the lynching, the dead body.
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others
One
first.
is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's.
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was Occidental, I think. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess.
And where are the
I
two
only met
remaining
him. They'd
members?
gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
You'll need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Yeah, but where are they?
One must be at the harbor gates, causing trouble, directing strike breakers, perhaps. You can hear the sounds of the ruckus coming from there all the time. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
Thinking the company put one leading strike breakers at the gates.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a border keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances.
And one is
Ours
probably in a
speculate.
building overlooking the roundabout.
Would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short... I hope I
Yeah,
can
something
answer it
else.
better
How much time do we
until the
have?
executions start. Truthfully, I don't know.
Probably
It
maximum a
depends
few
on their
days.
progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Okay.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Oh.
If there is anything else I can help you with, please
I have a
ask.
photo of the
She
victim's
reaches for the
tattoos.
photo,
Probably knows
takes
them,
it,
right?
then
She saw
holds it
him.
in her hand.
Oh
For
no,
about
he was
half
in
a
an armor
minute
when she
in
met him.
silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails
It was taken with a trigat not long ago. This is the man's
Babes.
upper body.
Observe the
There were no
woman's
more
expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Stars in the sky?
Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark
Oh,
the
what's-
sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption, quite a few. Read of.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Preto Grande.
Preto
Through what I think
Grande.
must be the Stutz Canal.
Should be
and asked
Preto
for a short
Grande.
channel through the Occident. From the Preto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first to Semines Islands, Revachol. Those are the two constants. Redefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Seminoles Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete
Okay,
the
ask.
task, officer. It's a
Read it off
dangerous
the
side task.
schedule.
Search
Ask Maris about
elsewhere.
that.
Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
You're on a
Why,
boat.
yes, I
What does
am.
that? Why ask that question? Okay. Not a lot of people on boats,
Of
are
course
there?
there are. We're
What?
on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
We're on an archipelago.
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass.
I haven't seen
the
anyone
fourth
else sail
largest
on a boat
I haven't
around
seen
here.
anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Hmm.
Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Do you have a
Officer,
license?
I assure you, I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called...
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the
Yep.
ruling class?
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
Then what does that say? Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A? 33A? This old proletarian haunt here? As I said,
your synapses flesh.
This house was built before the revolution.
okay, it is anti-centennial. I assure you, they drove quite a hard bargain for this space. But you're right, I am a bourgeois woman, and this is my fast, lightweight, interminably bourgeois boat.
Okay. Do I have to ask about the wild pines?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort
What
there.
did I do?
Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked
20
more than
billion?
20 billion real in revenue. 20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people, They all need to be paid.
Okay.
A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is they started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran. Centuries of care,
A lot of
deliberation,
information.
and you know more than you let on. Certainly it you mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over.
With your help, hopefully.
Okay. I think that's all. Her victims too. Ask scab leader about tattoos. Found your gun, smoker on the balcony. Oh yeah, I still have the key for the apartment complex. I haven't found the smoker. Balcony. Talk to her, right? The door is locked. Someone lives back there. Someone's been sleeping here. Cindy? 100 tiny fish. Come on, rats. Oh! Reaction speed -1 though, if I wear those. Money? Is that it? So close. Suggestion, half light. Let the body take control, threatening people. And charm men and women. Electrochemistry reaction speed -1. Got this. Direct modes of taxation. Capitalization suggestion for physical instrument. Suggestion -1 though. Okay. I'm fine with what I'm using. How do I go to the other side though? Where the smoker was. Oh. Saw an item. Nice. There's no way to go up. Oh, balcony from this side. Nice. Your box is full of cigarettes. Hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. Money. I'll go to that side.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Do you
The
mean?
smoker on the balcony. this is why we're here, right?
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here.
Tomorrow 9
Apartment
p.m.
number 28.
this. Damn.
Okay.
Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Tomorrow, will I remember though? I still have one key. I don't know which door it opens though. 9:30. I go there. How do I go up there? Also, what key do I have? Key to apartment building. Did I already use that? I forgot. Maybe I used that yesterday. Now open this. Maybe, yeah, maybe I used that yesterday to enter the building. What do I do now? I go that way. Closed door. Can I interact with it? I've never talked to this woman, right?
Welcome to Crime Romance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Ask for
Sir,
some money.
Don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Forged ties between
Now,
us.
hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone just getting along.
Are you the owner of this
I
store?
am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
The daughter is
Annette,
standing
yes,
outside.
my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yeah.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
5,
My
10.
precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong,
Mind your
though.
own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Okay. It's wearing her down.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. She can, if she has enough willpower.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're
She
doing is
stands
wrong.
stiff and severe, silently fuming. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Silent
Super
partner.
silent, almost inaudibly so.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted.
Why
We're
not?
quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
Told me she doesn't
She's
go
been
to
too
school
busy
anymore.
helping me here. So she
Well-
studied at home this trimester.
Oh, she's
This
home
is a
in
temporary
school.
solution,
Okay.
of course. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
Sounds like a bad idea.
When hell freezes over, the woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She
Okay.
smiles and nods.
Guess. Oh! Here on the side.
Finger pistol, 9mm. Snap, snap.
What do I
baby.
get now?
Turns out guns
Reaction
aren't
speed.
that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people,
Empty hand slot
really
gives
work.
suggestion +1. Oh, that's nice actually. Empty hand. Like if I remove these, I have like suggestion +2, or is it only one? Only +1. What's with the font color? You cannot read you cannot even read. It's like beige on a white background. How do you read that? Oh, nice, fine. Why was it white? Was that a bug? It's fine now. Okay. Bonus from faults +1. What's here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
What's behind the curtains?
Why aren't you browsing the books?
She speaks almost as if
Ah.
she's trying to put a spell. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see
And
some
the
kind of
trinket?
charm, an irregular polyhedron. This is a traditional Seminese ward. Inhabitants, aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing.
What happens if I pull open the
Just
curtains?
As you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences.
What?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal?
I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there.
What?
I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
That about a
Curtains do
curse.
seem-
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Must
You do?
investigate.
My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains.
I'll open them.
No.
What?
Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let.
Talking is always good. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust. hang
Ignore the
before-
curtains for now. I really want to go through though.
Hello again, esteemed officer.
Why are you so
What I
uptight?
already told you. It's just a storage. Just let it go, officer.
She recites it like it's a poet. She's so tense. It's a miracle she hasn't snapped.
If it's the storage room, then why are you so
I'm
tense?
not tense. I'm just. Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays.
How does the
God me
curse
and my-
manifest?
Curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Oh,
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence. As if
What
I
if it's
only
related
wanted
to
hear.
the smuggling then? I could investigate.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
I can convince her. 92%.
Slither up to
Nice.
her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie?
You're not lying. You're
Ah.
giving it.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void of para-detecting from a long line of
You're no
para-detectives.
para-detective. You look nothing like one. And
You look like one.
Do I look like
The
one?
lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
It's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the
How do
void.
you know all this.
Here we go.
I am the void revenant.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance, but I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter.
Okay.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you,
My
sir.
honor.
There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected. that
Wait,
she
is
must
it a
be
driver,
connected to the
maybe?
curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should
Looks to
go
a back
find
door.
the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious.
What you discover?
Okay.
Probably just so.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. It's not good to talk about the curse, not...
Wow. Void.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the... Oh, this! No, it's there are numerous...
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like... Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers
Are-
around except you.
Oh, really? Seems like a scam.
I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid.
I have to be
My
friendlier with the
voice is trained to
customers.
perfection by true sales professionals, good sir. Too much money, even.
Okay,
The
okay.
woman looked
I think that's enough. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here before I
see a
examine.
set of tattered curtain.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow maybe if I have time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my streams to roughly 1.5 hours. So that's enough progress for today. I still feel like I'm progressing very slowly, but it is what it is. At least I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I learned about the drug smuggling, and I have info. I'm meeting the smoker tomorrow, and I have the key to the back door. But yeah, I'm gonna do all of that tomorrow, I guess. That's it. Gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys again for watching, and see you maybe in the next one. Bye.